Welcome to Just for Today, brought to you by Promise Resource Network. We're in a community area today, so there may be a little bit of extra noises here and there. I apologize for that. But today, Lisa won't be attending, it'll just be me. We are going to talk about we are only as sick as our secrets. I know that a lot of times in meetings and in recovery, I have heard that quite a lot. And I used to keep many secrets. Um, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start. I'm sorry about this. I'm trying to figure out where to put my laptop this morning. It's kind of a weird morning this morning, guys. And I'm sorry for any external distractions as well this morning. So just for today, we're going to talk about our secrets, right? And how do we do that? What are some ways and some avenues that through your recovery journey that you have actually been able to release and let go of those secrets? I know for me and my recovery journey, I have been able to have at least one person in my life that I can sit down with and I can say, okay, this is what's been weighing on me and this is what's going on. And this is, I need to look at my part in this secret too, right? Because I have found that a lot of times I also play a part in my secrets. That I'm keeping, whether they be secrets just for me or whether they be secrets from other people around. So anyway, that's my little introduction this morning, and happy Friday. Happy Friday, even though, good morning, David. Thank you so much for chiming in. So our title today, David, is We Are Only Sick as Our Secrets. I have not read the Just for Today yet, but I will be. I was just doing some morning interludes and saying hello to everyone. And hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for coming on. So again, it is we are only as sick as our secrets. So just for today, in a tornado, you not only have to look out for the tremendous winds, but also whatever the winds pick up and hurl in your direction. Like a tornado, alcoholism often brings along additional problems, including verbal, physical, and sometimes sexual abuse, illness, debt, prison, infidelity, and even death. Some of these problems can be so embarrassing that we don't dare to talk about them. But in our recovery journey, we are only as sick as our secrets. Until we let them out into the light, they keep us trapped. Most of us find it best to share our secrets with someone we can trust, someone who understands the disease of alcoholism. No matter how hopeless, different, or ashamed we may feel, there are people who have been through similar crises and are willing to listen and help. The times I most want to hide out with my secrets are probably the times I most need to reach out and share them with others. That certainly rings true for me. Um, when facing a difficult situation, let me remember that my higher power speaks through other people. I don't have to face it alone. And then the quote. You guys know that I always love these quotes. They're just amazing. We move from being at the mercy of any problem that comes along to an inner certainty that no matter what happens in our lives, we will be able to face it, deal with it, and learn from it with the help of our higher power. So, that is a lot of information. I am so sorry about the noise in the background. So that was a lot of information. And, walking through this and, also being on the family side of addiction, right? Like being an addict myself and an alcoholic myself, I've also married into, excuse me, guys, sorry, I had an itch. I also married a functioning alcoholic at the time, an addict, right? And so I am stepping from the alcoholic role into the family side role here, and the secrets that I kept for so long. And what I thought I was doing was I was protecting, right? I was protecting my husband, I was protecting that person and my family, which in turn was actually causing a lot of pain and a lot of hurt, because I wasn't allowing their higher power to take care of them and to do what they needed to do. Instead, I was trying to control the situation, right? And being in control, which is for me also codependency. Um, and well, you're going to do this way. This is how it's going to be. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to be good, right? Because I'm great at that. And then I started to go through a different program, and I started to realize that my secrets and what I was hiding was not only detrimental to the family, but it was also detrimental to the person that I was trying to help, or the person that I thought I was trying to help. When those people have their higher powers and they have their journey and their life and, the bigger picture at the end of the day. So I love in this reading when it says, most of us find it best to share our secrets with someone we can trust most, someone we can trust, someone who understands the disease of alcoholism, addiction, whether that be with food. It's any addiction, right? It doesn't just have to be alcohol or drugs. It's any addiction out there. No matter how hopeless, different, or ashamed we may feel, there are people who have been through similar crises and are willing to listen and help. That paragraph really hit hard for me because I have a person in my life that I am able to sit down and divulge all of my secrets and all of the things that I think are absolutely horrific, or things that should not be shared or dared to share. And in working with this person and in doing inventory work on myself, my own inventory work, I realized the detriment that I was creating for the other people, through my behavior and through me keeping those secrets, and not allowing, again, for me, it always goes back to that control, not allowing the opportunity for growth for other people, right? We all have our own journeys, and in us having our own journeys, there comes a point in time where I had to step back. And I had to realize and understand and really feel, for me, on a soul level, good morning, Kim, that I was helping people, and instead of helping them, I was harming them. And through having a trusted friend and having someone that I could sit down with and divulge this information and really dive in and look at my part and how it was affecting them, but also how it was affecting me in my recovery journey. And realizing that my self-care, that the things that I needed to do, my meditation, my meetings, so forth and so on, were all falling by the wayside because I was working on holding up this one person. So I was playing God, right? Like, in that respect, I was playing God. Good morning, Lauren. Thank you for joining, guys. Wow, this is awesome. I love how everybody's joining in. So thank you guys for coming on, and tell me about your experiences. Tell me about your experiences with keeping secrets and how that has either helped or hindered your recovery process, and what you do. What do you do, guys, to come to the conclusion with a solution on how to, better yourselves and the people around. Um, One of the sentences in Just for Today, some of these problems can be so embarrassing that we don't dare talk about them. I can relate to that 110%. It was always about what it looked like on the outside. Like, I had to have everything perfect. I had to keep everything perfect. My family, my job, my career, my car, my life, everything always had to look perfect on the outside. Nobody could know what was really going on the inside. And I lived that way for many, many years. And in those years, I was absolutely miserable. I was miserable. I was lonely. I just, and I'm over here taking care of everybody else while I'm in this just state of unwellness, you could say, until the universe guided me in a direction that propelled me to where I am today in my wellness journey, and to know that I can only be the daughter that I'm supposed to be. I can only be the wife that I'm supposed to be. I can only be the friend that I'm supposed to be, right? And nothing more. Um, and, watching people, once I took the control out and once I stepped out, I was able and realized that um, I got to stand back and look at the beauty and watch the beauty unfold, where these people had their higher powers and they already had their life plan ahead of them. And once I let go of that control and let go of that codependency, I got to watch them flourish and blossom and become the most amazing humans out there. Um, and then I turned that inward and I got to do the same for myself. I got to watch myself grow and realize that I don't have control, and that really there were two things that I needed in my life, and there were two things that these people needed in theirs, and it was hope and their higher power, and that person that they could sit down and they could just talk to, and divulge these secrets, and let that, God, it felt like there was just this 10-ton brick just always sitting on my chest. um, And when I was able to release that and let that go and know that the universe has everyone that I love and I care about, whether that be family or friends or coworkers, that the universe has them, right? The universe has them, their higher powers have them. And if I can just take a moment, take a breath, and step back, I can watch the beauty unfold when I remove myself, right? Like, I know that we've all heard that. We've all heard that, removing ourselves. Um, literally picking ourselves up, moving ourselves, and then just setting them down and realizing and looking at it. Lauren Russell says, that's German for good morning. I love it. Gut morning. And she says, LOL, I'm at the point where I've buried stuff so deep from things to do with me, but also all the pain. Sometimes I think it's so deep I can't even feel those feelings anymore. That's a powerful statement, Lauren. I can totally relate to that. Yeah, I get that. I get that. But also for me in my journey, once the floodgates open, once I find that safe space and that safe person, the floodgates open and I'm like, okay, this is everything that's going on. This is where I'm at. And this is, the family side of things. This is where I am in my addiction program. This is it, where I am in my recovery process. Help, and the more I've been on my recovery journey, the more it's been easier for me to come to people and say, I need help. Like, there's things we got to do. we have to work on, right? And then David says, for me, I had to realize that certain secrets of my past aren't for everyone. Some aspects of those trauma related things bring forth more pain when they are revealed to the wrong person. I love that. I love that. And that goes back to, finding in our reading, most of us find it best to share our secrets with someone we can trust most, right? So we have that one person that we trust with everything. And then then we walk around with that hope, right? So it's those two things. And in those two things, when we find that safe space, that trust, and that hope, we are able to just release everything that we've been holding on to. And it's, and the feeling of being able to release that. And even Lauren, like with those feelings being so deep, down deep, and not realizing that, hey, maybe I won't ever feel that again. I have been there. And I'm here to tell you, when I was there, I felt completely numb. I felt numb and disassociated and did not think that I would ever feel again. And life for me has a way of bringing that back around where an event happens or the sun's shining or the birds are singing or something, and something just triggers inside of me to where I am able to feel those emotions. And I sit and I allow myself to feel, to really, really dive deep and feel those emotions, which isn't an easy task. I'm not going to have those rose-colored glasses on and say that it's an easy task, because it's not. But it's so worth it, and it's so worth the healing journey, and it's so worth taking the time out to really get to know yourself again and to understand yourself in the way that you work. And I know for me that's been so important. Um, and the sentence says, no matter how hopeless, different, or ashamed we may feel, there are people who have been through similar crises and are willing to listen and help. And that's true, because my trusted person has been through exactly what I've been through. And I mean, word for word. And they are my safe space, and I tell them everything. And then I'm able to come out of it with a different perspective and different feelings, and knowing that once again, we've chipped away, right? Or we've peeled back the onion. I know we've all heard that, right? Because there's so many layers to, traumas, to alcoholism, to different recovery journeys, to all the programs out there. There's so many layers as we're continuing to dive deep within ourselves to really find our truth and be able to step out and live our truth in the most loving and compassionate way that we know how, and to continue to give back. Lauren said, or I feel like I should just forget things like they never happened, so I don't need to worry about them. And Lisa says, what's on YouTube? Sorry, good morning on Facebook. Hi, Lisa, good morning. And Darlene says, good morning. Hi, Darlene, good morning. Thank you. Thank you for coming on, guys. Lauren, I get that, just pushing it away, putting it in a closet, and just shutting the door and forgetting that it's really even there, right? I did that for so many years that I'm tired, and I don't want to do that anymore. I really want to sit with these emotions and these feelings and acknowledge them and allow them to rush through my body, whether that be anger, whether that be fear, whether I cry, whether, whatever the case may be, because I have found that it deepens my connection to my higher power when I allow myself and I remove myself to step out of the way. It really deepens that connection. And it also deepens my growth. And being able to, hi, Todd, good morning, glad you're on. And just being able to continue to grow in my recovery journey and in my spirituality. This has been a hard year. It's been a hard year for everyone. I think it's been hard since COVID in 2020. But in that, with all the skeletons coming out of my closet and me sitting with them, it has given me more understanding and more love for myself and for others. And it's also allowed me the opportunity to step out of my own way so that I'm able to see the miracles and the growth that happens in my recovery journey, but also in others, and the deeper that I grow and the deeper that, the more I let these secrets out with a trusted friend, and the more that I dive in and I look at why I have these secrets and why I'm not, one of them is trusting, why I'm not as trusting as I need to be, or why I'm controlling things. When I look at my part in things, I am able to have this amazing soul release from within inside, and like this weight of energy that just dissipates. And then I can look at myself and I can see that, okay, these are the things that I need to work on. And so it's a daily progress, right? Like it's daily, it's just for today. So in doing all of this, what I'm going to challenge all of you guys today is to look at one thing that you don't want to look at, whatever that be, and find your truth behind it. Find that love for yourself behind it, and then give it to your higher power, whatever your higher power may be. And I'm going to challenge y'all to do that, and I'm going to do the same. And I love that everybody was on this morning. Thank you so much for coming on, and thank you so much for communicating back and forth and just being vulnerable and listening and sharing all of your amazing stuff. And then David just said, in my personal experiences, there's been times that I had to use more than one safe person to reveal my secrets to. And that's too. That has happened too. And that's David's experience. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful and very enlightening. Um, so I challenge you guys today to find that space, that safe space. And like David said, whether it's 2 people, 4 people, 1 person, it doesn't matter. But find that one thing that you feel that may be keeping you sick. And I will do the same. And I love you all. And thank you so much for coming on. Thank you, Lisa. And just for today. So just for today, I challenge y'all. And I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend. And I cannot wait to see you back here on Monday. I hope that the sun shines this weekend for everyone. And thank you. Thank you guys for just being on. I'm so grateful. And I just love doing Just for Today, brought to you by Promise Resource Network. It's amazing. So thank you. Thanks again. And I love you all. And I hope that you have a wonderful weekend.